Beautiful. Hey guys, what's happening? It is currently week 1 of me on my Heightmaxxing and looks maxing journey. If you can tell by the title, I've gained about 0.8 centimeters. I started at about 167 centimeters in the mornings, and I'm now 167.8. Throughout the day, I've mentioned that my evening height is about 164, 165 centimeters. It is currently at about 166.5. So it seems like I am gaining height. Whether or not that's permanent has to be determined at a later date. Just an update about my routine. I'm doing banded sleeping. So that's just where you put bands on your feet. You stretch them while you sleep, basically. I'm only wearing them for about an hour before I take them off. But I'm trying to get that number up, and hopefully I can go up to like maybe 2 hours by the 3rd week. I would be pretty happy with that. I pretty much wear them every night. They're a bit uncomfortable, so I'm still getting used to them, but God willing, I'll adapt really quick. On top of that, I'm doing 4 or 5 sets of upside down hangs with gravity boots. I'll put a link to the video that I learned this from in the description. Great channel. He's called Cyzz, CYZZ. He's basically got a height growth protocol that I've been researching and trying to implement in my own routine, and it seems to be working pretty well. So I'm doing about 4 or 5 sets of upside down hangs with gravity boots on a pull-up bar that I've got at home. I'm just doing them until I reach the 5-minute mark, and while I'm not doing upside down hangs, I'm hanging just like on a pull-up bar, just with my arms. And that so far has seemed to be working. Alongside that, I'm also taking a zinc supplement once a day, a calcium supplement once a day, but I'm trying to push that up to twice, as calcium is good for bone growth, which is needed when you microfracture your shins and your spine and things like that. And I'm also just taking a men's multi. I take that just whenever I feel like it. And I'm also taking a vitamin C tablet, just for my immune system and health. I'm pretty happy with my results so far, and I would like to continue to keep that going. At some point, I'm gonna get a stadiometer, and then I'll be able to measure myself for you guys, and you guys can see that I'm not just like fucking bullshitting. Like, I'm really trying to grow. That's pretty much it for my update. I really just want to talk about mental health, so you guys can click off if you want after this. But not gonna lie, I've been a little bit depressed with my height recently. I've started to notice that I'm just the butt of everyone's joke, and I don't really I can't really change how people treat me, so I sort of just have to live with that, I guess. I want to talk about a couple incidents that have been on my mind. So I work as a barista in a cafe, as some of you might already know. A lady came past and she ordered a long black, and it comes out pretty hot. It comes out like 90 degrees Celsius. So she had asked for a bit of cold water in it. So I added some cold water, and it was still like a little bit hot. I think it was about 70 degrees. She came back to me and she goes, can you add some more cold water? It's still hot. So I add more cold water, and then I tell her, like, it's very full. Don't tilt the cup because it's gonna spill. Fair enough. She sits down, she tilts the cup, it spills everywhere. And then I go to her, I'm very sorry. I'll make you another one, right? Which I don't have to, but I felt bad, like she didn't have a drink, so I felt bad. So I make her a new one, and then her 3-year-old son walks up to me, barely speaks nothing. He's 3 years old, he doesn't know nothing. He walks up to me, he points, and he goes, ha ha ha, small man, small man. And at the time, I just laughed because I thought it was just a fucking, like a little kid, you know? So I just laughed. And then the mother's there, and the mother goes, like, oh, like, I'm very sorry, I don't know where he got that from. And at the time, I didn't clock it, so I just said, oh, it's cool. He's 3 years old, who gives a shit, you know? In hindsight, I realized that he heard his mum say that about me. Like, she called me a small man. And I guess she did that out of anger because she spilt her drink after I told her it was already full. But that just goes to show you, man, like, this is how people treat you when you're a shorter guy. It's more than just, like, dating. I know everyone always talks about dating and height, and obviously that is a huge fucking deal when you're short. I can speak for myself, like, I've only really met, like, 2 girls that were, like, crazy about me, and it was because they were, like, a head shorter than me. So they were tiny. And, you know, I obviously care about the dating thing as well, but just in regular day-to-day life, that was just such an easy example of, like, how if you're short, that's your identity all of a sudden, and everyone has to make it a fucking point that you're short. You know, even though I got so many other qualities that, like, on the outside looking in, someone would identify me as, you know what I mean? Like, instead of saying, oh, you know, it's the guy that works as a barista, or, you know, the guy that's you know, half Arab, half Asian, like, they could say anything, the guy with the beard, whatever. The first thing they always mention is always, oh, the short one, the short one, the short guy, the short man. So the height thing is unfortunately very relevant to life. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, you know, another thing I want to talk about, I was at a acai shop, and, like, I'm sort of like a regular there. I go there with my mate or whatever, and then one of the girls takes out, like, a large cup and then a smaller cup, and she goes, this is your mate and this is you. And then I just, like, laugh. I didn't even laugh, I just went, that's funny, haha, you know, hilarious. And my mate, because my mate knew that I was sort of starting to get a bit, like, depressed about this shit, he was trying to fire back. He's like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, what's wrong with you? Why would you say that about someone, you know, type shit. He's a real one. He's 6'1", I believe, so he's very tall. And, you know, I was telling him about, like, my height struggles, and he goes, like, honestly, like, I can't relate, but I understand, because he saw that happen in person. Before that, he was like, bro, just keep your head up, don't let these people affect you, type shit. And then when he saw it in person, he's like, holy, bro, I just went out for you. We've only been out for like an hour and you've already gotten told about your height. You know what I mean? So then he was like, I understand. And he was a sick cunt about it too, because he told me, he's like, bro, like, I actually understand now. Like, I've changed my mind. I understand what you mean. Everyone makes it a point that you're fucking short. He's a real one, man. He's a real one. Anyway, like, I told him after that, I said, you know what, bro, like, I didn't tell him this before because I didn't really want to, like, bring the mood down. But I told him, I'm like, man, like, not gonna lie, I've been starting getting a bit of anxiety being in public now. You know, the other time I was in public, I was getting chicken and chips, and I saw that people were looking at me, which is normal. Like, you want to see what's in front of you. Obviously, you're going to look at whoever's in front of you, right? Because you don't want to bump into them or whatever, right? It's not a rude thing. And I didn't really care too much about it. But then a lot of people would, like, walk past, and then they'd, like, look at me up and down and shit. And then I started getting a bit, like anxious. Like, my heart started beating, and I noticed that instead of breathing from my nose like I normally do, I'm breathing from my mouth, which is a sign of panic, right? Not that I was having a panic attack. Like, I've never had a panic attack in my life. I hope to God I never have one. But I was getting, like, hella anxiety. Man. It just, like, stressed me out a little bit. I don't know what to say, man. even now, like thinking about it, I think about how how vulnerable I am, type shit. So I started having a bit more anxiety and shit like that now. This never has happened in my life. I've never had anxiety. I've been depressed, like after like my first breakup, I got depressed. But I was only depressed for about a year and a half, I think, before I like bounced back. I had a really good team of doctors, thank God. But I've never been anxious at all until now. So my mental health is deteriorating pretty reasonably quick, I guess. I've started to realize that like I gotta really prioritize my mental health, because I took a day off work because I was like getting anxiety. I felt like such a pussy, bro. Like, imagine taking a day off work because you're like uncomfortable being in public. Like, I've never had that before. Wallahi, I swear to you, I swear to you, I swear to you, I swear to you by the one that created me in my mother's womb, I swear to you, I've never had anything like that ever. And then I was just in public just for a bit, and that's it. Straight away, I couldn't take it anymore. I don't know what the answer is, you know. And I asked my mate, like, you know, what do you think? I told him about my Heightmaxxing and how I'm trying to gain height. And he goes, listen, like at this point you have to try it, because you're not, you know, you're living in a country where, you know, social media and shit like that and dating, it's definitely influenced how people treat each other, unfortunately. So he just said, just put some lifts in your shoes for now, and then if you gain some height, hey, beautiful. If you don't gain any height, you just got the lifts in your shoes, puts you at average height. So I've just ordered some lifts for my shoes, and they're about 1.5 inches, I want to say. So that, along with my shoes, should give me about another 2 inches, which I think puts me at about 171 centimeters, which is like just under average, because average in Australia is 175 centimeters. Again, sorry for any American viewers or anyone that uses feet and inches. Even if you're Australian and use feet and inches, I could not give less of a fuck. Like, you should not be using feet and inches if you're living in Australia. But anyway, I don't know what that is in feet and inches, but it puts me at just under average, which is 175 in Australia. It seems to be like, I think that will work for now. And if it's not enough, I'm considering getting the 3-inch lifts, and that will put me at like just about average. And I'll be very happy with that. I don't like lying, and I don't like liars, and the idea of using lifts in my shoes does like disgust me a lot, because it's like, ugh, like I'm not that guy. Why should I be wearing lifts in my shoes? But if it'll stop the bullying and the degradation, I have to do it, because I need to work. I need to be in public. I need to be able to buy groceries and go out to dinner and meet with friends. I need to do that. I need to live. And like just right now, it's just unfortunate. Every time I go out with someone, like if I go out with my mates or whatever, I always get made fun of, or like degraded. I always get degraded and bullied because of my height. And it's like, man, like, I get it, you know, like it's cool. I don't mind people making jokes at my expense. Like, I think it's funny. But just when they make it a fucking point every single day, then I'm like, okay, now it's a bit like bullying type shit. Anyway, it is what it is. Just alhamdulillah, man. Thank God for everything we have, you know. Like, I was walking through the shopping center, and there was this guy. He looked like he was like 19, 20, and he's going through on a wheelchair because his legs don't work. So he's going through the center on a wheelchair. Man, he's like 4 foot or something. You know what I mean? He's tiny because he's not standing up. I think, man, how's this guy It's fucking bad enough for me. What about him? We have to say alhamdulillah. We have to thank God for what we have. I know I just complained for the past fucking 12 minutes, but we do have to realize, like, even if you're not Muslim, you have been blessed. If you live in Australia, bro, you're living in the top 5-10% of the world. You know what I mean? I used to live in a fucking hut with a tin roof in the middle of the jungle. Now I'm living in Australia with running water and toilets. I didn't even have toilets. I had a fucking hole in the ground. Now we got toilets. We have to thank God for what we got, bro. We have to thank God. But yeah, obviously, like, it's just tough, like, trying to live my life normally. That's really where the issue lies. But anyway, that's my little update. I'm hoping my goal a week from now is I want to be over 168. So if I hit like 168.4, 168.2 or something, I'd be happy with that. I'm expecting to gain about a centimeter a month if I'm consistent. And now I'm starting to be consistent again. So if I can, if I can gain my height steadily that way, I'd be very happy. Let me know how you guys are going on your Heightmaxxing journey. Let me know how your mental health is. Let me know how you guys deal with being short, like how you guys are coping. Is it a mental thing that you just break through? Because that's obviously significantly easier than trying to increase your height. Yeah, just let me know, because I'm sort of drowning right now, so I'm just trying to figure this shit out. Yeah, I hope you're all well. Peace be upon you all, whether you're Muslim, not Muslim. I don't care, bro. Like, it's fucking hard out here, so I just hope we all understand that we're all in this together, you know, and let's just have a bit more love for each other, a bit more understanding. All right, guys, hope you're all well, and I'll keep you guys updated. Take care. Peace.